welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Minutia. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and today I am continuing the bookshelf tour with all of the middle grade books that we own. So our children's books actually start where the classics end. So we have some books here written by my husband's grandmother, which are super special to us, along with some Laurie Halse Anderson and Aesop's Fables and a few other things. Up here, continuing with the A's, we have Catherine Applegate, Jonathan Auxier. We also have this lovely Barnes & Noble collector edition of Peter Pan, which I have a few children's classics in that, and I just absolutely love it. We also have the Wild Robot duology and a few other things to round out that shelf. Continuing with the B's, we have some Kimberly Brubaker Bradley, we have the Myrtle Hardcastle series, which I just love, and we also have Frances Hodgson Burnett, which is one of my favorite children's authors of all time, The Secret Garden being one of my favorites. Next shelf down, we have Alice in Wonderland and a few other classics, and then we kind of have this stack of Paddington books, and then as you can see, we have a whole lot of Beverly Cleary. Continuing with stacks, as you can see, we are big Roald Dahl fans in our household as well. We don't have everything that he's written, but a lot of it. I also have some Marguerite D'Angeli, some Maynard de Jong, some Kate DiCamillo, and some Sharon Draper. Another stack is all of our Elizabeth Enright, Eleanor Estes, and Edward Eager, who we all love. And then we have some other books over here that we also enjoy. On the other side of the room, we have one of those cube organizer bookshelves, and then on top of it, I have this little tree with some book ornaments that I made, in addition to our Beatrix Potter collection, this cute little classic Winnie the Pooh decoration, and this little Eeyore. Eeyore's my favorite. Then we have a lot of the Winnie the Pooh split up into little books, and also our fairy tale compilation collection as well. I am a huge Cornelia Funke lover, so we have pretty much all of her books here, in addition to some Jean Craighead George and a few other books, and this lovely old edition of The Wind in the Willows. Moving over, we have some Margaret Peterson Haddocks that I'm trying to finish that collection, as well as all of Marguerite Henry's works in a box set, and some other books over here that we really enjoy as well. Heidi is one of my favorite classic middle grades, so I have multiple editions of that. I even named my cat after Heidi. Peeking behind, we have some Redwall books, some other middle grade books, in addition to quite a lot of Rudyard Kipling's books. We haven't read all the books of his that we have, but we hope to. Look at this little Baloo and Shere Khan. They have to be near the Jungle Book. They're just so cute. Over here we have some Gail Carson Levine, some Grace Lynn, some Pippi Longstocking, some of Mrs. Pigglewiggle and Robert McCloskey, and then we also have the entire collection of the Chronicles of Narnia in individual books, as well as In the Year of the Born Jackie Robinson, because that just wouldn't fit anywhere else. Down here we have all of our George MacDonald books, as well as Patricia McLaughlin and some other books down here. If you haven't read The Adventures of Miss Pettifor and you like cats, you absolutely need to read this one. You will love it. We also have some Howard Pyle on the shelf. We have his King Arthur as well, but we just finished it for school, so it's not currently on the shelf. This is one of those stacks of books that is not particularly organized because we just started running out of room. So we have some Linda Sue Park, some Edith Nesbit, the Shiloh books, and some other random books. And then over here we have some more, some of which are classic and some of which are not. Speaking of random stacks, here's another one. We don't have the Wednesday Wars on this stack, but we do have that one, and we're also missing one of the Lemony Snicket books for that particular series. We have all the Mysterious Benedict Society books, or at least most of them, and then Black Beauty and some other wonderful classics over here. This is the last shelf in the cube organizer, so we have 101 Dalmatians, Mary Poppins, Daddy Longlegs, a lot of classics in here, and a few that aren't as well. I get asked about this shelf all the time because it looks like a giant stack of books. We have some Brian Selznick on here, but this is mostly middle grade series, so as you can see, we have a lot of Nancy Drew books on here. like a lot of them, though not all of them, and one Hardy Boy book. Then we have the Little House series, but we also have the companion series that were not written by Laura Ingalls Wilder as well. Further down on the giant stack, we have some Felix Salten, and we have a lot of Thornton Burgess books, most of which came from my husband's grandmother, so those are special. We also have the Wingfeather Saga, and all of the Keeper of the Lost Cities books. We're waiting for book 10, but we have the rest of them all here, and they don't even fit on the shelf because they're so thick and so big. So when I kind of zoom out and pan up, you will see why people ask me about this all the time, and they think I just have a stack of books as tall as me, just randomly in my library. The rest of our middle grade books are in my daughter's room. It's a little dark in this corner, but as you can see, she really loves horses. She has a lot of horse books, fantasy and historical fiction, as well as lots of Jessica George books, some James Riley. She is a very big fantasy fan. She also has the rest of this Kane Chronicles by Rick Riordan somewhere. And then we have more fantasy over here. That Keeper of the Lost Cities books is actually an annotated one, so that's why it's not with the other ones. If we come down here, we do see more of the Kane Chronicles books. There's that Lemony Snicket book I couldn't find as well, so that's kind of funny. And a series of unfortunate events, as well as some more fantasy books. She is a huge fantasy reader. That is probably her favorite genre. Over here we have some nonfiction and some series or books that she wasn't ready to give up yet, even though they're on the young side for her. Here is my daughter's bookshelf, including K-pop Funko Pops, because she's a big fan. But over here we have her Catherine Lasky books, as well as some Christian fantasy mixed in here as well. You can see that this is not alphabetized according to authors' last names. We just have the same authors together. And then behind this lovely picture of Gus, we have some other books, some series that she hasn't read in a long time, but they are very sentimental for her. One shelf down, you can see her Andrew Clements collection. She actually has a lot more than this. I don't know where they all are. You can see that there are some spaces, as well as a little bit more fantasy, but then we have her mystery books here as well. Trixie Belden, Mr. Limoncello's Library, Kinsey and Max, which is like a spy series that she's currently rereading, and then also this last series at the bottom is a mystery series as well. This last shelf of middle grade is mostly classics, but then she also has all of her graphic novels down here as well. Bad Kitty, she's got some Shakespeare graphic novels, just like all kinds of random things, as well as some Usborne books that she enjoys as well. The bottom shelf is all picture books that either she didn't want to get rid of or I wasn't going to let her get rid of. So it's kind of a random conglomeration of picture books. Well, that's all the middle grade in our house between our library and then also my daughter's room. So if there's anything that you have any questions about or you'd like to know more about or that you'd like to share, please feel free to do so in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit like and also subscribe so you can continue to see more bookish content from me, and I will see you again